So Piggy Intercity, the Region 1 arc is going to be released in June 13th, 2026 at 8 p.m. from my time. I am going to do my final theory before the game release. This involves more into Felix. I will put into 3 sections, starting it off with Felix being the leader of the Liberators. We need to start from the ending of the breakout chapter where Willow and Tigry are in the outside with the grass, trees, and bushes. In one of the DA Jake's video What Happens to the TSP Liberators after Book 2, the outside in the breakout ending is similar to the outside in the factory ending, and that is how Willow and Tigry part ways with the other TSP members. He is not wrong on this part, but I want to put an addition to this thing with Felix taking in charge of the TSP. If Willow is done with the TSP, then that means the TSP under her leadership is now gone, and also a new leader should be on the horizon so that they can take in charge of the group. But how do I know that Felix is going to be in charge of the TSP? It goes without saying on the recent chapter in Piggy, the Holiday Spirit chapter. You see, when Willow is not around with the Silver Paw group, Felix took in charge instead, like a leader would do, and his objective is just to gather props in that is scattered all around the map. As a matter of fact, he is doing this just to prepare for a show for Willow to see to show his appreciation, and also with other TSP members. So maybe in the ending, not only Willow just loved this catastrophe show, but also Willow might have seen Felix as a potential leader in the future when Willow is absent. This might happen in the Piggy Intercity. This is because a new leaks is shown in X where we see the Liberators base. This is the theory for Piggy Intercity Region 1 arc, Felix being the leader of the Liberators. I am going to continue this theory with my another evidence, the notes foreshadow. In the old Piggy Intercity demo, there was an update where you have to the secret barcodes and some secret notes. There are a total of 4 notes in the game. 3 notes are written by FF, and that FF is Felix Fox, which I'm pretty sure you all should know that. But before we dive deep into the notes, notice any difference between these 3 notes that is signatured by FF. Well, the difference you can see is that in the first paper you can see it is a clean white paper with clear wording font. The second paper is more dirty than the first one but still has that clear wording font. The last paper is also dirty just like the second one but even more messy with the wording font. Now if you just realize that with the difference of each and every note, what does it have to do with Felix, or what does it mean? Well, the one with the clean white paper suggests that this one of the recent notes that Felix just written. As for the other 2, the dirty papers, they are older notes that Felix wrote before the clean paper happened. But knowing the difference in fonts, the one with messy distorted like font is the oldest notes that Felix has written. I am going to be explaining each and every note that Felix has written. Starting the one with, "They won't let us in because we look like we are sick. We'll get in those walls someday," suggesting that the capital might have gotten the powers they need. During the second half of Book 2, when we are trying to find a way across the North Sea to find the cure with the groups, the capital might have the advantage to overtake the mainland, Lucella. That is why in the old demo of the Piggy Intercity, city has been raided by the capital as seen with wall surrounding. And the only group that was in the Lucella was the Silver Paw, also known as the Liberators. This gives me an idea to the second note. We've been abandoned by our former group and thrown away by the government. I don't know how much more I can take. This note could mean the government, which is the capital, had taken over the Lucella. And any map that we have seen through Book 1 and Book 2 chapters until Chapter 7, the port, those map we see, might have been devoured by the government or the capital. In the new demo version, there was a radio that says, "Remember, we take advantage of the battle to liberate Lucella. They won't know what hit them." This suggests that someone is talking in the radio might be from the capital that are destroying the TSP factory. In the Shattered Hope teaser, the port has been destroyed by the capital. If the TSP and Giraffe is in the Lucella factory, then that means they should be evacuating from Lucella to the Avalia, because of the capital bombing and taking the place of Lucella. When it state abandoned by our former group, I think they are trying to say that the Silver Paw is a former group that was now changed to the Liberators. But there should be another meaning, more than this. If Piggy Intercity is a 10 years gap from Piggy Book 2, then that 10 years gap should have some life changes and some evolution from the TSP members, like quitting and more from them, not just renaming it to the Liberators. Things cannot keep the same as it was. Things change with this type of decade. That is why in the Piggy Intercity official trailer, you see characters like Baron and Katie. As you can see, both of them are not wearing the Liberators outfit where they wear outfit just like Kitty. We know she is a part of the Liberators. If Baron and Katie are not with the Liberators, then what the hell are they doing here in Avalia? I can't imagine them not being with the Liberators, but what I am seeing in this trailer, they look like they just quit the Liberators. There can be an explanation on why Baron and Katie quit the Liberators. If Willow left TSP, her leadership is gone. The loyalty in there is gone. That is why I think they might quit the Liberators. Anyways, to end this part off with the last note and the poem. I couldn't be bothered to read, but basically, because Intercity is a 10 years gaps from Piggy Book 2, Felix might have felt nostalgia whether him being a performer, or being a member of the Silver Paw, he missed the golden days with Willow and the TSP members that quit, compared to now. The Liberators is now basically an organization that recruits survivor, or group like us, welcomes to those survivors into their base called the Train Yard, to train us even more stronger to fight against the capital and any other enemies that are out there. This is the theory that could happen in both Piggy Intercity Region 1 and the future storyline of Piggy Intercity. Now the last theory section. This last theory is more of a foreshadowing in the Piggy Intercity. This is called the Rose Foreshadowing. We have been getting lots of teasers from Felix by Minitoon. One thing that is always in the hands of Felix is the Rose. It has been used for leaks, the poem, and Piggy game. But there is a time that Minitoon used this before, way before Piggy Intercity demo was a thing. You see, not many people would know this, but there is a limited quest that has not been brought back since the day it released. This quest is the Tombstone Trap quest from Piggy Halloween 2020. The answer is not with the trap, but rather the quest itself. In order to do this, you need to go to the Book 2 Chapter 1 alleys, on any mode. Find the skeleton bones that are scattered around the map. I am not bothered to show where the bones are at cause it's a limited quest, but I put up a video. If you go to the cornered area and grab all the skeleton bones, you would see a skeleton. The quest has not been finished, because if you use the red key on the red lock and also use the mop, by the plant there is a rose. And if you get that and give it to the skeleton, you can obtain the Tombstone Trap. You can obtain this in the shop and use it to spawn Zompiggy when the player is approaching. The whole point of this quest is about the rose and the skeleton. Which other Piggy character would have rose as like their main weapon? Yep, Felix Fox. Like I said, the rose has been used multiple times from Minitoon from the demo, the leaks of the rose reworked. And it makes more sense that this skeleton that's sitting on the ground is Felix. And what a coincidence as well when the old map alleys is going to be back for Intercity. Now could this be foreshadowing Felix's death in Piggy Intercity and could have happened? Yes, likely it will happen. But I'm not going to be say that this is going to be in Piggy Intercity Region 1 update, cause we still have like 2 more biomes as seen in the logo. One is snow area, and the other is the desert. Some of you may say that isn't this a limited quest you said? Yes, it's a limited quest, but anything can happen now after Primrose being canon as an actress as seen in the Holiday Spirit chapter. This is the final theory before Piggy Intercity Region 1 update release. Let me know what you think of this. Please subscribe to this channel for more Piggy related video. See you all in Piggy Intercity Region 1.